Sweet. I think we are live here, ladies and gentlemen. Probably more gentlemen than ladies, but if there are any ladies here, welcome. Um, Big stream today. We got a full house. We got 4 blocks on this thing here. I had to figure out how to use Restream to get 4 people on here. But very excited. And you guys are already in the chat here. If you are here, please let us know if you can hear us, see us, if everything's looking good. Because again, a lot of variables with multiple people going on here. Yeah, we're excited to get started. So, yeah, if you're in the chat already, I know there's some of you guys already popping off in there. We greatly appreciate you being here. Let us know where you're at, all that jazz. Again, audio, visual, stuff like that. While we're doing that, we'll just kind of go around the screen here and talk about kind of what we have, what we want to do today. Obviously, we're here with Ryan Lee of GutenBricks, Wire WP, and we're talking about GutenBricks. It's 1.0, big party day, and a lot of exciting stuff happening there. We have some other announcements that Ryan wants to get to as well. And we're just going to have a casual conversation about the platform. I, myself, have not had a chance to really dive into it. Alan Blair of WP Easy on screen here brought it to me. And we have Brendan O'Connell here as well. It's going to be a great conversation. We're excited to chat with all you guys. So, Ryan, would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, my name is Ryan. So I'm the author of GutenBricks, and this is my first live stream. So I don't know how to introduce myself. I watch a lot of a live stream, but I don't know how to introduce myself. I didn't really prepare for that. But yeah, I'm the author of GutenBricks.
Hell yeah. We appreciate you being here, man. No
Thank,
pressure here on the first live
okay,
stream. Everybody loves you. All good. All good here.
thank you for
This is
having me
the
here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Alan, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, just unmute my mic.
There you
So
go.
yeah, good plan. So
Mm,
Alan from WP Easy. So as I said, I reached out to you because I think what Ryan's doing is fantastic. I took a look at GutenBricks a couple of weeks ago, and I was surprised by what we could do with it, and it opened up a lot of questions. Ryan has been fantastic at answering those questions and really keen to keep moving and developing the product. So I thought it'd be great to get him on and talk about how we could use it. So that's what it's all about.
100%. 100%. Brendan, my man, how you doing?
How's it going? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, so I'm Brendan O'Connell. I do WordPress work and agency stuff a lot, and so I saw GutenBricks come out, and I immediately bought that. That was something that we're always looking at is different ways to give clients different ways to edit their website. So I'm happy to be here and chat about it. So thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, appreciate you being here. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, if you guys have any questions too, obviously this is a live stream. So the reason we're doing it live is because we want it to be interactive. I know that I have a lot of questions. The other guys on the panel here have a lot of questions. So if you have any questions, do that little hashtag Q thing in there. I'll make sure that we get to them as we go through and everything like that. We're going to be talking about obviously some background context and things like that we'll jump into. But yeah, and the last thing I do want to say as well is make sure you go follow these guys, Wired WP, WP Easy, Brendan O'Connell. All their links and everything like that are in the description down below. I'll also drop them in the chat here as we go. But make sure that you're following everybody. I think most of you guys are, but just in case you're not. But yeah, you guys want to just jump into it? Ryan, let's hear so start off. Obviously, we were chatting before we clicked live that we kind of all are in this space and we all know about each other. We know the projects, we know the things that we're doing, the content, everything like that. But this is literally my first time. I think Brendan, maybe Alan as well. This is our first time actually speaking to each other. I feel like for the most part.
Yeah,
So kind of give us just a background in the audience of kind of the high level of kind of who you are, why you created GutenBricks. We might know some of that story already, but just so you can kind of just everybody's on the same page there.
sure. My background is more of software development. So I started my career around 2000, early 2010. And so, yeah, so my late mother, who passed away 2 years ago, she was a software engineer. So it's like a second generation developer. But then, yeah, but before I was doing the developments, I really like building websites. And I was building websites for my friend and for the business. So that's building websites sort of kickstarted my career as a software developer. And for my career wise, I was going into sort of a cloud engineering side. So I was going into the rabbit hole of some cloud engineering stuff. But on the side, I was doing freelancing website building, and I really enjoyed that more than doing that my day job. And yeah, around 2 years ago, the company I was working for got bought out, and then they decided not to take me along, so I kind of lost a job being unemployed. So I started. So this is a chance for me to start an agency, the website agency. So I started website agency, and I brought in my old clients that I was using working as a freelancer, and so I was working with Oxygen Builder, and most of my websites were built in Oxygen Builder. And I really love page builders and the no code paradigm. I found it really awesome and fascinating. And the Oxygen Builder sort of fit into that no code narrative, and was awesome page builder. Did I say it was? But it was is awesome page builder. But then there were some limitations I found with Oxygen Builder, and then I came across Bricks Builder, and I immediately fell in love with Bricks Builder, especially when I saw the tools like Advanced Themer and also Bricks Forge, and that's like, whoa, those tools are mind blowing. So I just switched to Bricks Builder. I don't think I even tried Bricks Builder, but I decided to switch over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I discovered that, yeah, it's really good. And I had a zero learning curve because I'm coming from Oxygen Builder, I had an almost zero learning curve. After installing Bricks Builder, in the second day, I was ready to build websites. And then I moved over my old client's website to Bricks Builder. But then I discovered that it doesn't support the Gutenberg editing. Like, it does have Gutenberg editing feature, but it doesn't show you the actual HTML and actual screen on the Gutenberg editor. And then my clients they were becoming frustrated. And then so I had no choice. So I created like an in-house tool for that, and it worked out, and it was working pretty well for what it was. So it was very, very simple tool. You can only edit text and image, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So, and then I thought about, hey, why don't I just create a plugin and to see if anyone in the Bricks community want to use it, and then I posted it on Bricks Builder Facebook page, and everyone seemed to be very interested. So I decided to publish a plugin, and then the first version when it came out, I was already it drew kind of like dozens of users, and then I remember it was Ollie from Finland and Corey from Australia. They just told me that why all the other features they needed, like adding ACF, adding this, they want to control the class, they want to control the CSS. Then I realized, so that is what they need, what the actual user need. So I decided to do some user research and ask questions and get more information from the users. And then that's how it became the GutenBricks now. In the beginning, I never thought about the product to be this way. So I really didn't design that. There's no envisioning. There's no like a certain goal. It just naturally, organically became the GutenBricks now.
Sometimes that's the best way for it to happen.
Yeah. So that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were agency, or you were like kind of software developer, then kind of moved to agency, and now you're obviously back in like software development, like your own product role. Do you still do agency work as well? Like, is Wired WP, was that your agency?
No, YWP is solely for the WordPress products. Like,
Got it.
My agency name is called Temporary System. Yeah, it doesn't even have a website, but I work for certain industry in Vancouver, Canada. So I build websites for the property management companies and the real estate developers and the real estate agents. So I build and maintain the websites for them. So that is my agency work. But I'm not like a real fancy agency, but yeah.
That's awesome, though. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. So multifaceted. Love that. And obviously, you've created GutenBricks to help with that endeavor.
Yeah.
That was that was one of the main motivations at first, even though there wasn't like a strict outline, but that was kind of the okay.
And
it's
really
kind of
quick, if I
evolved.
could, like, because I
Hell
think Oxygen has some kind of Gutenberg integration, right, where it does pull in Oxygen pages into Gutenberg. But did you run into limitations there that you just had to solve with Bricks, or?
No, I really like, most of my clients were happy with what Oxygen does. That plugin only actually allow you to edit text and image, and that's it. It does, but I was happy with that. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, this is again. I mean, we're all fans of Bricks here, obviously. So we're loving that that GutenBricks does what it does. So like, I mean, I think the next logical thing, obviously, and also, guys, if you're in the chat here, let us know if you're already using GutenBricks or if you're just interested in it, because obviously a lot of people have heard about it. If you're not already in the group on Facebook, definitely go check that out too, because I know Ryan does a great job there, always with support and everything like that. We'll drop a link in there, but yeah, like if you are, like, definitely let us know if you have any questions there. What, as far as we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, what were maybe some of the specific problems that you were kind of having as well? Like when you're building Bricks websites, was it specifically from the angle of my clients want to edit this and I don't want them in Bricks? Like, was that actually part of the main motivation, or what was some of those scenarios too?
Yeah. So for the for that, I can only speak for myself, because yeah. So basically, yeah, the main core, one of the core motivations were that, yeah, the clients were having a hard time editing within Bricks Builder, because it's a new tool. They didn't even want to use Oxygen, even though Bricks had a better user interface. But they are kind of they don't want to deal with that because to them it's too complicated, and they might think that they'll break something, but actually sometimes they do break it. So the organizations, so my clients, a lot of them actually have more staff in the marketing department, etc., and they will hire other people to edit the websites. So from the manager point of view, it's really hard to manage their staff when they edit the websites. So the managers don't want to touch it at all. And also another reason is that I just don't want them to open a Bricks Builder, because I feel like that is the realm of my profession. It's like in my code base, like in my GitHub repo. When I develop a code for clients, sometimes I just don't want them mess with my code base, right? And then for that reason, I don't want them to even know that there's a Bricks Builder behind it. Right. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I just jump in there? So Ryan, that raises a really good question as to why I pushed for this, and I'm glad you're here. So we all arrive at web development from different angles, and you've come through an agency dealing with, real estates and larger organizations where they do care about, who's editing and whether they break it or not. Whereas a lot of us would have started from the angle, we're dealing with small businesses where their angle is very different. Is they want us to build websites that they can edit. They actually put that as a requirement on us. We want to be able to edit this ourselves. So we're kind of looking at it in very different perspectives.
Yeah.
And one of the things I looked at is that there's three very distinctive trains of thought that developers have, right through from the one where, my customers are not going to be able to edit the site. They don't touch it because I'm the pro. And if they want me to do anything, if they want to do anything, they get me to do it, through to just give them everything and hope for the best. And then there's the middle ground of giving them some capabilities without allowing them to do too much damage. And I think that's where GutenBricks fits in there to me. And it took me a little bit to get my head around that, because we hadn't been dealing with customers on that basis. But one of the things that made me think about is that every time you give customers access to a builder, it doesn't matter whether it's even the proprietary ones like Wix or Squarespace or Elementor or Bricks, whatever, they make a mess of it. And they think they know, and they just don't. And In fact, I had a conversation yesterday with a client. I won't mention the client here, where they're asking me to show them how to do a lot of things in Bricks. And I keep saying to them, look, this is something that it's hundreds of hours of learning and understanding how CSS works and how it works with HTML. It's not something I can teach you in 5 minutes. So have a go, but you're going to break it. And so then give me a call and I'll fix it. But it's this mentality that I think the Wixes and Squarespaces have put out there that anyone can do it. And we get that as developers. We get people coming to us going, well, we've used Squarespace and we can edit that. So how come we can't edit what you do? Yeah. And now this actually gives us the opportunity to go, well, you can. We're going to do it in such a way that you're not going to break it. And I think that's fantastic. This is why I'm really, really keen on looking down this path.
Yeah, I think it's just this product, GutenBricks specifically, is obviously like what we said there. Like there's this main not an argument, but this like conversation of like, should we let people edit their websites? Should we not? And that's one side of it. And then it's like, okay, well, we've made the decision that, yeah, some people obviously have to. It makes sense. Totally fine. It's their website, do it. But everything Alan just said, like what is the next step there? How do we do that safely as we can? And it's awesome that GutenBricks has the capability to do that. Obviously, like I said at the top, I haven't had the chance to really play into it. Hopefully we get a chance to kind of do some demoing and things like that. And again, I'm going to keep echoing this. If you guys have specific questions, we have Ryan here. It's like him making a YouTube video specifically for you. So if you have anything specific that you want to see GutenBricks do, we can pop the screen on and we can kind of talk through it and walk through it and everything like that. As we move into maybe some of that though, what would you say at like a high level, Ryan? And again, we could share too, depending on what we need to see here. Like feature set wise, I actually just watched your 1.0 video. Again, congratulations, 1.0. Like you're talking about like all the features that you're packing in there and everything like that. What are some of the maybe the key ones that I don't know, that just you maybe you've been stuffing in here in the last couple months that like you're really trying to get to, and just some of the bigger ones that people have been looking forward to, the stuff that really is makes a huge impact on workflows.
Yeah, I think Alan described the core concept of GutenBricks really well. And also the other day, I read it from the comment from Corey from Australia. What he described, how he see GutenBricks kind of was very, very interesting. So what he said was that we are not restricting the users, but we are creating configurable environments, safe environment for the users to be free. So they actually have a freedom to do whatever they want, but within the design guidelines. So it actually give a lot of users more freedom, and I think that's what GutenBricks try to do for the past few months, is that we pack the features so that we can create very dynamic blogs, GutenBricks blogs, for the users to freely edit their the websites. So so I have some list. How do you want to do this? Do you want me to read it through, or I?
Yeah, if you just want to kind of go down the line, and then why don't you go down the line, and guys, listen in the chat if you have, if any of these like are really like, oh wow, I would love to see that in action. We could again, we could take it however you guys want.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I think the first thing is the hierarchy of configuring the blocks. So we can go from the high level, which is the variants. So we have one website, one block, which can have multiple variants. And then you can go deeper. You can configure that in the class level using like a dynamic classes. And you can go another, even more into detail. You can just want to tweak a tiny bit of CSS here and there. And also, of course, the contents, the text and the image. And when we're talking about contents, you can also edit the repeater. And also you can control the query loop. So those are the main features of GutenBricks. Yeah, so I'm ready to share. But I'm not sure if because I'm looking at the YouTube as well, but the resolution, is it okay? Or Because I see myself a little bit blurry here.
I think when you were sharing your screen earlier before we started, it was okay. We'll see if anybody we'll see if we can't see it, but we'll make it as big as possible. We'll be good there. Also, while we get that going, there was a good question here from Bob. It was, is there any use case if you're not handing the site over to a client? So like, would you say that's the main reason to use GutenBricks is to configure those blocks so it's easier for a client to use? Like, so do you think like maybe there's certain instances where if you are like just like not letting people go in the site, like it's, you know what I mean? Like how would you kind of answer that per se?
Like not going to website at all?
Well, I mean, yeah, again, it's a hard question to answer because it's kind of, it's kind of generalized, but like, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're not handing the site over, if you're not letting the client in whatsoever, do you think there's really a need for GutenBricks? Obviously, maybe that's a fringe case. I don't know.
Yeah, there is. I think for that case, in that case, you'll be doing, your agency or you will be doing editing. So I find the benefit of using GutenBricks because your editing speed and productivity can be improved. So for example, I'm building my personal websites. I don't have to use GutenBricks because I love vanilla Bricks experience. I only use, I love just using Bricks to get it up. But let's say, if in terms of editing my websites, I found that GutenBricks really brought the more productivity, make it faster and more enjoyable.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'll add to that too, because I think part of it is like, if you're not handing over your clients, what do you have use for it as an agency? And if not everyone at your agency is a developer that's comfortable in Bricks, that's absolutely a use case. And that's one of the things that I've used it for, where not everyone wants to get to wrapping things in divs and stuff like that, but you can still give them some block variants to build out pages.
Yeah, exactly. So in my case, I don't do the writing at all for the websites I build. So I always hire a content person because English is not my first language. I don't want to mess it up, and I don't trust ChatGPT yet. So content people find it easier to use GutenBricks when they added the websites. Yeah.
Just supporting that too. So I'll put a comment up there, but you interviewed a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, Matt from Australia here. Mark?
Yeah. MRKWP. Yep.
Matt from Parks, and I've connected with Matt, and he's a great resource, a great guy, and he's a big Cadence user. And what he said to me is, he said he's been doing this for a long time. He's been through a lot of different people that help him build websites through to content creation, and basically he makes a basic site, headers and footers, gives it to someone with all the documents, and say, you go create the content. What he does is creates a bunch of blocks for them, and they use those blocks. And what he said to me is, he said he found it really, really hard to grow as an agency because he couldn't find enough people with the skills that he could rely on to just hand off websites to them. But having that mentality, you can get pretty much anyone, give them a couple of days of training of how you work, and they're adding content to websites and building out websites for you. So that's a different perspective that I hadn't actually even thought of.
100%. Yeah, we got a couple good comments here rolling into, if we want to just kind of talk about those, and then we can do some screen sharing and such. Want to throw this one back up there. So we got one that says, I wonder who uses Gutenberg these days. People prefer third-party themes for customization like GeneratePress and Astro. Obviously, that is a little bit of a rabbit hole, which great question, great comment. A little bit of a rabbit hole there, but I think that does kind of speak to maybe a general, kind of, again, just supporting everything we're talking about here, like a little bit of it speaks to the fact that we want more features and abilities as developers and designers and WordPress, webmasters, but at the same time, it seems like there's a couple other comments that are saying that our clients know Gutenberg, right? So like, it's like kind of a fallback. And I feel like that is exactly the perfect spot for like Gutenberg. So I don't know if you guys had any thoughts specifically on that, but that's a really good one there.
I think that's a really good comment, because people think that also Gutenberg is just like capable as is, and it is for certain things. But like, there was another comment I saw about like repeater fields and interactive elements, and like, that's not in Gutenberg core as far as I know. You can't have tabs, you can't have accordions and interactive elements. So I look at the GutenBricks as just that perfect extension to get through that.
100%. Got a couple other good ones here as well. Our clients know Gutenberg, so it's comfortable for them. We need a bulletproof system to control design changes, as clients might make mistakes with too much freedom. That's you might want to just use that as your slogan for Gutenbergs there. That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. That is fantastic. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Let's see.
Just to comment on that comment there, our clients know Gutenberg. That's an interesting thing because we all look at it from our own perspective, and not all clients know Gutenberg. Some know Wix, some know Squarespace. But we all look at it as our clients, and that's the thing we get a hair around is that there's a lot of different types of clients, and if we can target or be able to service all of those clients, we're better off.
Yep, definitely.
And Maxime, go back to sleep, mate. Stop chucking spanners in there, man.
His employees, marketing managers.
Yeah.
The Fritz here. That's funny. Daveden had a question. Thank you for the hashtag Q there, Daveden. Can GutenBricks create repeater fields, e.g. an unordered list, with the user defining the number of list items, each containing an icon, heading, and description? That's what do you think there?
As far as I know, you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
We can even try it. I will be showing the repeater field briefly.
Gotcha.
So we can take a look.
I was going to say, based on your recent videos that I just saw shortly, like, yes, we can, and I'm excited for that.
Dope. Do you want to share now? I can turn it on here. I think we got.
Sure.
Let's see what happens. So we flip this button.
Good.
Live demo. There we go.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's my. Oh, I just lost it because I'm just using my own single laptop here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got nothing here. I have some pre-built blocks here. So let's start with the FAQ. So that is the question that Devden, sorry, I put your name, but yeah. So right here, so you can see that this is a repeater field. So you can, if you want to add FAQ, you can add multiple FAQ like this, and you can add put the question here. I said question 1, question 2, and Q3, and then if you do that, you can see that it's generated the field. So we can actually. Oh, I forgot to add the questions. So answers. So answers, you can do rich text editing. You said something about the icon. Yes, if you put an icon there, we can also add an icon. Right there, it looks like that. Yes, pretty much the same idea. So instead of each question, you can just make it into a bullet points and then put an icon there. So that's how that works. So this is how repeater works. It works with ACF and also the meta box. And I'm planning to add the native GutenBricks meta field so that you don't have to rely on ACF and meta box to do this. That I will get later because I found that. Okay, so that was the repeater field, and of course you guys probably already saw this, but let me show it again. So this is the and then you can add it the text as you like. So I say hello. So do that, and also one of the most handy feature is a visibility toggle. You can hide it, show it like that. So that is very handy. So that can actually create a lot of combination for your single templates, and you can also configure the color. So all these settings and configurations are built with Bricks Builder. So hopefully I can get to that time. And then also variants. You can have several variants for the same hero. So you can you can put the text on the bottom, left and right, and you can put everything in the bottom. You can have some selling points right here. So you can create a multiple variants. So I found that this is also a very popular feature, so that you don't have to pollute your block library with a tons of different variants. So let's say I'm saying this is a hero, and that's it. You can just have a very clean screen here, clean block here. And if you want to change the images, of course, you can just click the image and change the images like that. Yeah, so that's the how the variance and visibility toggle works. One moment.
Question,
Yeah.
Ryan. Is this so?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've seen videos of GutenBricks, and this is amazing, the demo here. And I'm just trying to draw a comparison. From what I've seen from like core Gutenberg, like in the whole like partially synced patterns and like those types of things, is it at all similar like that? Like where you could build basically a block with like maybe like a heading, text, and a button, and then like a background image. And then if just in the native core experience, you could pop that in, and then you could say to your client, like kind of lock it down and only just be like, hey, you're only allowed to change these things. And then is that similar to kind of what we're doing here? But obviously we built it in bricks. We didn't build it in core.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mark. I got interrupted by.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
How much longer?
an hour.
An hour?
Oh, sorry.
You're good. All good.
Sorry
good.
about that. I'm
you're
actually
good.
at a resort. It's embarrassing. Okay, it's one
No,
of
you're
those.
good, man.
It's one of those the kids intruding the interview moments.
All good,
Okay,
man. We appreciate your time, man. We appreciate you taking time out of the resort time, because I know I'd be in the sun, my man. So
And it's the day
appreciate
after Canada Day too, so you're probably
appreciate
celebrating.
your work. Appreciate your work ethic, my boy.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, to answer your question, exactly. So I think, Gutenberg is aware of that need, so they introduce a lot of features that you can actually lock down and lock the what is called the patterns, so that you can protect your designs. I think it's very similar, and also they also introduce variants. So I think the core difference is that, do you want to do that with the Gutenberg, or do you want to do it with this Bricks Builder, which is
100%.
I don't want to go into tribalism, but you know what I mean, right? So
Right.
I rather spend most of my time with Bricks Builder. So that's the core difference, I guess.
Love it. Another question, again, got to pardon the ignorance here because I haven't had a chance to play with it. When you were clicking in the blocks, right? If you go like to the little block area on just Gutenberg here, and you had like, you brought the hero in, or you brought, the other different ones in, you can tell that they're obviously GutenBricks, I think, right? The ones with like the yellow kind of there. Are any of those, if I just spun up GutenBricks right now, are any of those like pre-built at all? Or did you build all of those and they're already in there? Or how does that process like kind of flow?
Good question. So you have to build it from scratch. So we don't provide any like pre-built templates and blocks yet. But I'm working closely with the other templates, like Bricks template, and I'm trying to reach out to authors of other templates, so to see if we can have something pre-built on top of other template libraries. So yeah, so these we don't. Yeah, so the short answer is that no, you have to build everything from scratch for now.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Sweet. I know we definitely have some other questions, a lot of great comments here, so we can kind of run through some of these. We got one from Lex. Is there jet engine support? Also, is there support for core framework?
Okay, so after version 1.0, I'll be mainly working with integration. So in the beginning, I promised all the integration, but I found that it's challenging because my Gutenberg itself is not mature yet. How can you integrate with others, right? So I decided to make Gutenbergs as mature as possible. Then I can move on to integration. So yeah, Jet Engine is on the queue, as well as pods, PODS, and also for the core framework. Yeah, there's some glitches with the core frame right now, but I'll be polishing them in version 1.1. So yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Got another one from Davedon as well. if I don't have ACF Pro or MetaBox Pro, can I still use the repeater fields?
So, so I'm working on the built-in repeater inside the GutenBricks. So I don't know when, but it will be pretty soon. So yeah, in the future you will be able to do that.
Perfect. Love it. Let's see what else we got. I think this one kind of goes in line possibly with the jet engine stuff, because I know you said MetaBox and ACF, right? So ACPT, obviously a big one.
Yeah.
Probably just on the docket, right? That
Yeah, exactly,
integration. Yep.
Yeah,
Got it.
same thing.
Love it.
So ACPT will come earlier. Sorry, jet engine will come before ACPT. So jet engine first, ACPT, and then the pods.
Got it. Love it. Let's see. We got another one here. Let me scroll up a little bit. I think we got some. You got a lot of good. You're gonna have to go through this chat, Ryan, when we're done here. The live chat replay. You got a lot of great testimonials you can pull out of here, man. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Let's see
Lots
here.
of happy clients.
I start a couple here. The great thing about GutenBricks is that the client has an easy WYSIWYG editor and does not need much explanation to do page editing, even when they are a WordPress newbie. So that's definitely a good, solid thing there. Let's see, we got any other ones here also too. Well, guys, let us know if you want to see anything specific too on the demo side of things. We
I have a
definitely
question.
do some more stuff. Do it
Because
brother.
I haven't tested this yet, but like they work almost like components in the sense where you can go back into your Bricks template and change or add a button or something like that, and it'll change it across all those GutenBricks blocks, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So it's globally edited, globally. So if you want to change your style, if you update style, it will be updated across the website.
Love that.
That's great.
Is there so how do you when you're in Bricks, is it just like going to the settings on the thing, like Bricks templates, and then is there a drop down now for like a specific GutenBricks template, or where do you create this piece at? Again, total noob here.
Yeah.
So
Okay, no problem. So let me show you how to create a template from scratch. Am I showing the right screen? Let me check.
yeah,
Oh,
we can see
All right.
templates. Yep.
Yeah. So you can try. Let's say if you want to add a new template, click new template, and I'm just gonna say Mark's first template.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just joking. And then you can choose. Does it show on my screen? Because sometimes it doesn't show. Can you see the drop down here?
We can't, but I think it's just because you're using the window. But yeah, we can see GutenBricks blocks now once you select it.
So
Yeah,
cool. So if you see here, you're actually choosing GutenBricks block. So this template will be declared as GutenBricks block, and then whatever you put in there will become the block. So let's say, let's pop in a community template here. Solo. You can do some different frames.
Quick question there, Ryan, too, while you're at that. Like when you were clicking the drop down, obviously we couldn't see it, but like there's block, is there other ones, or is that just the only one? Like if you were starting from scratch?
Yeah, so there are two of them. One is something called the page templates, which I can get into just after this.
Yeah.
So if I edit block, and then, so I didn't update my ACSS license. It's nothing to do with ACSS. Just I didn't update the license, so it didn't pop up. But I'm just gonna add a section, and then I'm gonna add heading, and let's say hello world.
So it's very similar to just creating like almost like a I don't know what a great example would be, but like regular Bricks template. You're just obviously choosing something different. Like the workflow obviously is not that different.
Exactly. So the workflow itself, basically you're building Bricks templates, and everything else is just on top of it. So you are just happy rendering a Bricks template on the page. That's just fine. You don't have to know any other fancy stuff from GutenBricks. So this is the first thing, and then let me go back to, yes, and this is a hero templates I was editing. So basically, this is the regular bricks template, and if I
Oh,
go, yeah. So if I go
okay.
back here, and then I
Gotcha.
am going to add. So it's already there. So Mark's first template is right there. So you're ready to go. So
Wow.
it's rendered, and then you can edit the text. Um,
Oh. Oh,
yeah.
wait a second. So you don't have to do anything special to the elements, like when you're creating the template in bricks? Like, does it just automatically know what the elements are, or do you have to do something
Yeah.
specific there?
So it already knows what they are. So it gives you all the features automatically. But if you want to like customize them further, then yeah, there's some features that you might have to learn. But other than that, if you don't have to learn anything, just to start using it, and that's good enough. So, most of the cases, as I said, when I first created GutenBricks, I was happy as what it was. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, again, it's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about, let's go to, or yeah, I mean, we could build this one out too or whatever. Like like, let's say that you had you wanted to put in a GutenBricks section. So you create a GutenBricks block bricks template, just something standard. Doesn't, it could be text, image, and text or whatever. But can you, is there a setting in here? Like, how would I configure if it's possible to, like, okay, I want to put this in the Gutenberg side of things, somehow or somewhere, or whatever, but I don't want them to edit. I don't want them to edit like the text or something. Or let's say I don't want them to edit the heading, but they can edit the text and they can edit the picture. Can you get that refined with it right now?
yeah. So we have that. So all those extra features just mentioned is under a tab called GutenBricks. So this is a butter and cream square here. So these features. So the first one you have is disabled element editing. So if I disable it, you cannot edit it anymore. So for the image as well, I'm just telling them do not disable element editing. It's all disabled. At the same time, if you want to configure it on the template level, we also have under template settings. Under Gutenberg block, you can actually disable the whole thing, so that everything is disabled. So they cannot do anything anymore.
Got it. Okay. So we've got a comment here from Bob where I think this starts to, now that we know how to do that basically and import them, like create them and put them into like a Gutenberg environment in a way. Bob says, is there any disadvantage for using this for everything? I'm new and trying to figure out how much to use it, like for posts, pages, templates, and this idea. Not sure about how it should be done. So like that would be my next question is like, are you only using this, if you are going to build it for a client, you're going to kind of like let them edit it. Are you only using the GutenBricks pieces like on certain sections and such? Like what would that look like from a building websites perspective for people?
I think that's a great question. I actually thought about that question this morning. Yeah, that's an awesome question. So how to use GutenBricks? I might not be the best person to talk about it because I build a tool that is not opinionated, and any way, any like how do you call them, the school, no, not school, style, or any, how do you call them, but how do you want to use it? Or actually, I think it's up to community to decide. And also so what I can say is that yeah, it's possible that you don't use it in the entire for the entire website. You can just use it for the tiny section for it. And also, I've seen in most of cases, a lot of users are using it for the entire website. So the page is basically all built with the GutenBricks. And I also seen cases where they only limited a certain portion of the website to be built with the GutenBricks. So it doesn't, I don't think I can answer you what is the best practice, but it all depends on your needs and how you want to strategize your content editing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just jump in there, Mark? So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
exactly the kind of questioning that I had when I first started reaching out to Ryan, is to, where will we use this? And some of the comments in the Facebook group were really helpful. I think Seth is on here at the moment. He made some really good comments in there about how he uses it. And it made me think about all the opportunities. Like, for example, you might create a website and all you want to do is add some style components that the user can add to their blog posts. You could use GutenBricks for that, and don't even let them edit the pages. Right? You could allow them to edit pages using GutenBricks, but then exclude other pages and only use bricks for those. If you want them to be more complex, that those are the pages that only you do. Right through to the entire site, like as I said from speaking with Matt, where as a developer you create the framework and then you pass it on to someone else to build out the site. That's where you could use GutenBricks, where the people doing that don't need to touch bricks and they don't break anything. So there's lots of opportunities that it creates. It's, I guess, looking at each one and going, well, I mean, for me personally, if I'm building my own website internally, I'm not going to use GutenBricks. I'm going to use bricks because I'm familiar with it and I know what I'm doing in there. But if I'm going to pass this on to someone else, I would consider GutenBricks as maybe a part of that solution or maybe the whole solution, depending on what they need and what their abilities are. But it opens up opportunities.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely a variety
Yeah.
of ways to do it.
So another thing I forgot to mention was that part of it is it's financially motivated because I do charge clients per blocks. So when you create blocks, it's actually a service for your clients. You're actually creating something new, and you can actually put a lot of thought into how they can interact with the blocks. And itself, I think, has a great value in it. And also sometimes you can create a documentation for each block. So GutenBricks has a feature that allows you to add documentation, so you can click and they see how to use the blocks. And then, so I do charge blocks, and also I charge more when I have to deal with Bricks Builder. So it gives them the impression that Bricks Builder is a professional tool. It's not just a page builder. So actually, the hourly rate for the Bricks Builder is higher than just editing the contents. Yeah, so that's what I want to add on top.
That's a really good point, because I mean, people making custom React blocks in WordPress are charging a lot for that experience. They're creating a curated block experience that is all the little bells and whistles they need in their custom block. So yeah, that requires that extra overhead, that extra thinking and planning. But it's so much easier with GutenBricks.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Don't tell them it's easy.
Well, it's easier than learning React for us as developer, for me at least. That's all I'm saying.
It's easy for us. They don't need to know that though.
They don't need to know. They don't need to know.
That's interesting though. I mean,
but what we're bringing is our expertise in thinking and planning for these sort of fringe cases of what is our client going to need for their project, and that's what we're doing. That's our expertise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a couple more here we can go through as well. Question: can you talk a little bit about what happens under the hood? Is GutenBricks generating block.json files from bricks templates?
Nope, it doesn't. So it's actually rendering. We're fully engaging with the Bricks Builder renderer. So we're using the Bricks rendering engine. It doesn't create blocks.json, but in the future we might want to do some of the native Gutenberg stuff like block.json and save the contents aside, something like that, because we want to make it safer and also portable. Like the contents you created should be portable. I think I mentioned it in the beginning, but that part I think it's something I will tackle next. But short story, no, we don't generate anything like block.json. No.
Okay. And then just going back to the workflow piece of it, obviously, so you're creating the bricks template. It's available in the Gutenberg editor, and then if you wanted to, like, say, let them have edit access of like the about page, then are you rendering the about page, for instance, in the like using Gutenberg, because you're putting in, like, you'd be putting in blocks or like a whole about page over into Gutenberg, and then they could play around with it in there, and then that is ultimately what's rendering the page on the front end, as that example? Or am I misunderstanding that?
So sorry, I probably didn't understand your question, but how it renders depends on Bricks Builder. So it fully depends on Bricks Builder. Yeah, without Bricks Builder, it's not gonna render. And under the hood is actually good Bricks Builder does most of the work. It doesn't involve Gutenberg when it comes to rendering.
Got it. Okay. Cool. So nice. Let's see if we got any other ones here. Guys, let us know. Appreciate you all being here. Let us know if you have any more questions and stuff too. We can demo, but for the time being, I think I'm gonna. Ryan, do you have anything to share right now, or I can flip us back to. I'll flip us back
The last
to,
thing.
Yep.
One thing I want to share is the most asked question about the slide. I think this is the most popular question. How do you control the slides? And also, I think I should throw in some MetaBox example, because I've only showed ACF for the most of the time. So I just created this morning. I just created a quick slide block. I don't want to share with you. So this is built with MetaBox group and the regular brick slide. So if you can see here, I have a slide title, text area. So I can say, hello world, and then I am enjoying, oops, typo. And then you can add some images for the background.
I needed this about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
So
you have
this,
it.
Now this still depends on the MetaBox. And one moment. Bricks version. I can choose a version. Yeah, the version is okay. So hello. Let me add two slide. So by the way, this is from Bricks Maven. I prepared the two slides. I'm gonna name it version 2. So this is version
AI
1
ice
slide.
cream cones are making me hungry. Ice cream looks good.
You can tell this is AI, right? So it gives out the vibe. I think there's a called the AI vibe. You just give out the vibe. So this is the first for the slide, and second slide looks like this. This is the second version, the template I got from Bricks Maven. So this is how you different slides with a different version, and inside Bricks Builder, I couldn't tidy up this. Probably looked a little bit messy inside here, but nevertheless, let me show you. So inside Bricks Builder, it's just a regular slide under the hood. Yeah, so you can just edit the slides, give a conditions to control which slide to show. So in this one, I'm showing the version 1. In the second one, I was showing the version 2. So you can have several different types of slides. Yeah.
Oh, in the same slide though.
In the same slide, yes.
In the same parent slide.
Yeah, in the parent slides. So that way you can dynamically control the slides. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. And then they just change what you let them change.
That's right. Yep.
Damn. I'm gonna have to start using GutenBricks on every project.
Is that saved then back in MetaBox somewhere? Like it's not part of the rows in the database there, right?
No. So that's a very good question. So what I would in the version 1.1, what would happen? Everything right now is saved on this page, somewhere in the MetaBox. But then in the next version, will allow you to save it as a ACF block, and also the MetaBox. I don't know. I didn't study it, but it will be saved somewhere in the database. So right now, it is saved in the database of a page, not a separate location. But as I mentioned, I'm trying to work on that feature for the content portability, so that you can port the content separately to some other websites, and then you can still use the contents. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Interesting. Sweet. I think we got some other questions here. Can you have the client be an editor class users and not see bricks, but use the GutenBricks blocks? I'm not sure if I entirely.
Yep. So that's the core idea. You don't want them
Okay.
to see bricks. You want to mystify Bricks Builder as this awesome tool that you have to pay huge amount of money per hour to use. You don't want them to Bricks Builder to be something just page builder on the same level as Wix. That's I think is unfair. I think we spend a lot of time to perfect our skills in Bricks Builder, and just because it's a Bricks Builder, just because it's a page builder, it shouldn't be like, oh, it's just a page. I don't want the client to say, it's just a page builder. You have to say, oh, you're using Bricks Builder, okay. So so for that, we log clients out of the log the bricks out of their sites. We don't want them to see that. Yeah, to map. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so out of the box then. Well, I guess it depends on kind of your agency preference, but like out of the box then, if you're going to do something like that, then just like one way to do it would be to add them as a user, and you could give them editor access and they could do all the GutenBricks stuff. And then you could just say like, don't give them access to bricks, like either through bricks or kind of what do you have like a normal workflow for that when you implement it with clients?
Yep, exactly. So even for this, if I don't know if the screen's on the screen. Yeah, it is. Even for this, I added a tiny like exclamation mark. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it does say that this part of the so this button is hidden when you don't have access to Bricks Builder. Yeah.
Love that. Interesting. Cool. Got another one from Bob here. Would be helpful if you did some full builds on your YouTube channel or some partial builds incorporating header and footer and how it would all fit together. How much? Obviously, we've seen a lot of your stuff, and I'll drop a link in the chat again to Ryan's channel. Do you have any thoughts on that? I mean, as far as like, obviously you're building agency websites, you're building this, like you're doing a lot of stuff, but like as far as the content, like do you have any ideas as far as what maybe like is coming down the pipeline as far as things for people?
I can try, but
Yeah.
you probably noticed that I'm not a content person. I don't
I
generally
think you're doing
like
great.
making videos. No, I generally don't like making videos. I used to do doing tutoring, and then my students hate me for the way I teach them. The more I teach, the people get more confused. So I accept that.
That's how
So
I feel.
think, yeah. So I will try to make more documentation. How about that? I'll put more documentation, but I will leave that part to content creators and educators. I have to, yeah.
Well, we know you got your hands full, man. We appreciate all that you do. So
Yeah,
awesome.
I also think a lot of the stuff that people are looking for is not GutenBricks, it's standard bricks. It's your templating, building out of your headers and footers and that sort of stuff. A lot of the features in here are, Metabox and ACF. So there's a lot more to it than just GutenBricks. And kind of that was my challenge when I first looked at it, is like typical tech head, I want to figure out all the things that you can do before you figure out what you're actually going to do. And, then you sort of pair it back to, if you're going to put every feature on there and add a setting for every single element, you might as well give them a page builder. So it's trying to pare back your, just because you can do it, should you do it, and then trying to simplify it down into what's going to be useful. So, but it's good to know all of the features so that when they are needed, like I hadn't even looked at those repeaters that Ryan just showed there. It's good to know that you can do it.
But for Bob, I think I will make a video for you, Bob, because it's
Yeah,
Just for Bob. Nobody else can
Just for
watch
Bob.
it.
Yeah.
Just Bob.
yeah.
But I think that would be a good thing too, though, because like just to kind of see the workflow. It doesn't have to be like I don't think it would have to be super in depth, but like the header and the footer stuff. I mean, is there something that I'm missing that's like would be kind of different there, or better, worse use cases for those types of things?
Sorry, could you come the last question I couldn't understand.
Oh, sorry.
Say that
Like
again. Yeah.
Bob and a couple other people were talking about like pages versus like other
Mm.
pieces, I guess, of the site, right? Like a header and a footer.
Oh,
Is there anything
yeah.
inherently different or?
Yes, there is something
Okay.
different. Um, Something different could be different than your usual workflow, but it's essentially Bricks Builder feature. So if you could
Yep.
open that
I'll pull it up.
screen, it'd be great.
There you go.
So there's a great tutorial done by Paul from WP Tuts. So he kind of show you how to integrate the Gutenberg content into Bricks Builder. So basically, what you do is that you are entering the you're adding Gutenberg content into Bricks Builder template. So what I can show you is that so if you come to templates, I've created something called GutenBricks page template here. This one.
And that was a different template type. That was a GutenBricks template versus block.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a page template. So you do need a page template to host those blocks. So what you do is that you added something called post content.
Yeah.
So you have to add the post content. So let's say so Bob, you say you have a header. So I'm gonna just pull a random header here section. So pretend this is header, and pretend this is the footer. I'm just doing the drag and drop, and then pretend this is the contents. So what you can do is that you can put WordPress content in between the header and the footer. So that's how you render it, and the rest of it is just regular Bricks Builder contents, right? So I saw put this WordPress content in a section of a page. So you might have a header and content, all the contents written in built in Bricks Builder, and you might have a tiny section of a page that you want to control using Gutenberg editor. So you can do the whole page, or you can do a tiny section of the page.
Yeah, I think that was kind of where my mind was at earlier when I was talking about like how does the content render, like in a sense, like where I was thinking specifically of that button on the left that says data source, like is it WordPress, is it Bricks, and like are you like when you're in like WordPress and you say edit with Bricks, then it kind of in my mind it switches that page over to Bricks rather than being like the like rendered with WordPress, so to speak. So I don't know if I'm using the right terminology there. I apologize, but this makes sense though, that you have to make sure that you know where the things are getting like kind of brought into the actual page from.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little different. It makes sense there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you must hit the add render with the WordPress on the top corner. So you see, you have to enable that.
Mark, just to clarify that, if you enable Bricks Builder for posts, for example, you can create WordPress posts with Bricks Builder. That's where you'd use the render with Bricks to put that onto a page in Bricks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the whole paradigm, so the way we want to go about is that we want to stay within the Bricks Builder ecosystem, like as a part of it. So sometimes I want to add some icons on the UI on the Bricks Builder, and like to indicate which one's a variant, which one has a Bricks Builder settings. Even for those things, I'm talking to Thomas to make sure that I'm following their design guideline. So that's why a lot of things are actually just a Bricks Builder features. Yeah, there's no. I would try to add. We're trying to I don't want to add too much like deviant stuff from the Bricks Builder. So try to stick to the original Bricks Builder experience.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We got another question from Lex here. Does GutenBricks support Bricks Forge, which is very important to Lex? He likes animations.
Yeah. So Yeah, so BricsForge, yeah, was one of the tool that I was really impressed by, and then one of the reasons I switched to Bricks Builder. So I actually bought BricsForge before Bricks Builder.
Hmm.
so, so, so yeah, love the tool, and there are some degree of integration at the moment, but not entirely done. So in the version 1.1, which is coming up very soon, I will be doing more testing and integration with BricsForge.
Got it.
And really quick on that also, does GutenBricks support all the third-party Bricks elements like Bricks Extras, Bricks? I think Bricks Forge has some too.
That's that's my ambition.
Gotcha.
So that's the goal that I really want to make it happen. But given the workload,
Sorry if you just answered that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh sorry,
Hmm.
yeah.
Very good. Okay, love it. I think we got a couple more here too. Oh, this is a fun one. Can Ryan drop another teaser about his upcoming product? I think he mentioned something about a desktop app in one of his videos. I don't know if you want to just give him a little teaser, a little taste, or I know we talked about it a little earlier, but
Yeah. So um, I don't have like a teaser yet. It's before alpha. It's a pre-alpha state, so I can't really show anything. But I do have a tiny landing page that's still in progress. Um, I will announce that in about a week or so, because we're still working on the proper value propositioning about the products. But all I can tell you is that if you're agency maintaining, updating 20 websites, the challenges you're facing is that I have hundreds, maybe thousands of templates, components lying around everywhere on each website. I have all the assets everywhere, all the code snippets. When you update them or when you manage them, you might need a tool, the centralized vault kind of thing, to manage them properly. So that is one value propositioning. And also, once you updated it, the biggest fear we have is that, is it breaking anything, right? So that the product is addressing that. But for more detail, I will reveal it once we're fully prepared.
100%. Definitely stay tuned for that then. Where's the best place? The Facebook group, or where can people make sure that they follow to hear stuff with that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll put on the Facebook. I'll also try to newsletter. And the best would be Mark. You can also talk about it. So,
Oh yeah, we're definitely down. That
yeah,
sounds amazing.
yeah,
Just from the little bit that I've heard, I'm really excited
yeah.
about it.
So Mark and Brendan or Alan or you guys that will be knowing that before, so we'll give you time to prepare something if you wish to. If you will,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
We love it, brother. I mean, this has been fantastic. Do we have any other thoughts here, guys? Let me see. We got a couple of questions here too. Bricks Extras is working fine with GutenBricks. Did not experience any issues with it. That's fantastic to hear. Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah, Bricks Extra gives us yeah. So the author, I forgot his name, but the author, he reached out to me and he's giving us a full support. I really appreciate, really love the community. All these the add-on developers, they're super nice and very supportive. Of course, Maxim is the best.
Oh yeah, we love Maxime.
Don't keep saying that. He's got a big enough head as it is. Yeah.
I was going to say maybe he's gone to bed, but that's a joke, right?
Yeah, okay.
We got to bring him down. He doesn't sleep. Yeah, it's going on there. It's amazing. Had another thought there. We had a funny comment from Rob here. Facebook, people still use that platform. Yeah, surprising amount of people, actually. It's pretty crazy. I think, I don't know if this conflicts with what we just said, but any integration with Bricks Extras, I'm assuming, did I read that correctly, that it does integrate? That was just right after. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. I think I actually saw someone talking about like they're using the table element from Bricks Extras and making repeaters in Gutenberg. So you can actually have a nice looking table in Gutenberg.
Wow.
So I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So disclaimer, I'm not the best person to ask when you, like what Brendan just described, what kind of things you can do with the GutenBricks. I merely built the tool, but I've seen so many crazy examples. It just blew my mind. It just
isn't that so cool how people just take your thing and just make it just make incredible stuff from it? That's dope.
Yeah.
It's got to be rewarding. We've got a couple other ones. Also, Advanced Themer and Core Framer works fine with GutenBricks, so that's also great to hear. do we have any other questions? I know we talked about it kind of throughout a little bit, but maybe just kind of like to bring it a little bit back to everything is as far as like moving forward. Obviously you said you started out with not really like like kind of an idea, but not like a specific path or goal or everything. Now you're at 1.0, got an established user base. People love this. It's a really important product, I think, in the space for us and in the community. Do you have, again, we talked about them in general throughout, but like, what's kind of have you created more of a path now moving forward for like 1.1, 1.2 and everything? Maybe there's a roadmap somewhere or something we could link that, but just in general, like kind of what's the bigger picture moving forward, would you say? Like, where would you like to see it longer term too?
So yeah, I can start with GutenBricks. For GutenBricks, I do not have like a broad vision. Like I'm just listening to what community wants, and I'm following what community wants. And for short term, yeah, there are some requested features that I really want to fulfill. I only have like 2 or 3 months worth of a roadmap, and other than that, I just fully rely on where the community wants to take it to. And other than that, in terms of broader roadmap, I want to make this thing very sustainable. Yeah, I have agents work, but also I want to put more energy and time into GutenBricks, so that's one of the reasons I launching a second product, is that it will give me more resources and time to work on GutenBricks, so that to create sustainable like a model. So that is my broader goal. But in terms of product itself, I'm listening to community.
Is there a good place? Is Facebook the main place, or do you have like a formal like feature request area that we could point people to if they've already?
Yeah, so I'll be creating a new website, so that you can do that too. Or if you just throw me an email at ryan@wirelp.com, I read all of them. And also, yeah, that's one way to do it. Also, I have a Slack group. I don't know if anyone you want to use Slack, but I'm also trying to find a better online community. If you have anything on mind, let me know. So I open to any channels to get more ideas and features. So even the Facebook comments, you just wrote it there. I take all the memos, put it somewhere. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. D123 says we need more dev company owners like Ryan. Hell yeah. People that listen to their customers. It goes a long way. I love that.
One feature you kind of alluded to in a very small snippet that might have been just a slip, but are you still considering using GutenBricks to create things like cadence blocks?
Ooh. So using GutenBricks to create blocks library, right? Yeah. Is that did I rephrase it correctly? Or...
Sorry, mate. Put you on the spot there. Yeah.
So I think technically you can do that, but in terms of so you can create a very customizable GutenBricks block. So it will work just like other blocks library, for example, cadence block, or because I was inspired by those blocks libraries. When I use them, well, that is really cool, and I was always inspired by them and have this desire to maybe do something similar. But then for GutenBricks, technically down the road you'll be able to do it, but in terms of portability, it will not be a standalone plugin, right? You still need a bricks builder, you still need a GutenBricks to come with it. Okay. So that is the difference. But why not, right? So you can create a wacky, crazy block library. I don't know. Who knows? There might be a new bricks template for sale. So,
okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
I love it. Okay. We have any questions, guys? Any more questions in the chat here? Brendan, Alan, if you got anything here. If we have any more demo stuff, we can do that as well. I think this has been fantastic, though. I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking about all the different ways that I need to use GutenBricks now for client sites, make my life a lot easier. Because I think there's if you're a Bricks user, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. If you're actually building like multiple client sites and you're not just using bricks like on your own. I mean, again, you could even speed it up that way, but specifically, obviously, it really shines in those more of an agency, type things.
When we kind of went over it, like it's just so easy to just turn that into a GutenBricks template, and like you don't have to rebuild it twice. You don't have to make a separate set of PHP blocks or whatever, a separate style sheet for the block. No, it's just the same process. You just save it a different way. So
Yeah.
I really like that because I've been getting into pine grown custom blocks and that whole world more, and it makes me appreciate GutenBricks even more, and just how kind of streamlined it is.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see here. We got a question here from D123. I missed the intent of a repeater in GutenBricks when we have it in bricks. Is there? What's the?
There's no repeater in Gutenberg though.
No,
Right.
I think I understand what's going on there. So you have repeaters in bricks, right? And what Ryan showed was repeaters that they're using ACF or MetaBox in GutenBricks. They're two different things. You want to be able to edit it in GutenBricks or in Gutenberg, I should say. And you can't edit, obviously, the native repeater in bricks yet. That's something you said you were working on, I think, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm saying, the repeater also, but he probably referring to the repeater, native repeater for GutenBricks. Yeah. So if you look at bricks, if you want to repeat something, you are actually using either the custom CPT or the data source, other repeaters as a data source. I'm just adding third party, so not third party, GutenBricks data source for that query loop.
Yeah.
So you can actually choose that data source in the query loop instead of a ACF repeater or a CPT. So you can have everything within Bricks Builder. So you don't have to open another window. Because I'm a very lazy person. I kind of sometimes too lazy to set up ACF. I want to get everything done within Bricks Builder, and that will be yeah.
Did you just put a video out about that? I feel like I saw that in the title.
Yeah,
or
so that
something.
is a GB Meta. You can check out that video.
Sorry, go ahead, Alan.
I think it's probably terminology clashes here because, like, in bricks, if you have you create a list using blocks. You want to add another list item, you just duplicate the last one and then edit the content. Whereas that doesn't translate through to GutenBricks, which is where you were showing using ACF or MetaBox to do the same thing with your FAQs.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. We'll go on here. I even offer GutenBricks updates for existing brick sites. Customers are willing to pay for the upgrade. Yeah. I mean, honestly, again, if you think about it from the business perspective, that's why this is so cool. Because this is like, we talk about a lot of technical stuff, but there's a specific business application of this one. And it's like, yeah, if you're in that situation, what are they doing right now? They're probably like either messing around in bricks and breaking it, and then they're probably paying you to fix it, or the other option is like every single time they want you to move like one thing around or change one thing, they have to hit you up. And then that's either annoying as hell or they're paying for that as well. So then if they just pay one time for you to upgrade to like a GutenBricks style, then, you could just train them, even charge them for that, and then they could just do it themselves. So yeah, I mean, it makes a whole heck of a lot of sense.
I definitely did that. That was like one of the first things I did with it. I had a client who kept wanting to edit things on his homepage, so we kept, inserting various custom fields, and he's like, actually, I want something else, and it just kept growing and growing, and eventually I just saved it as GutenBricks template, said, here you go, and he's happy, and he paid for it.
Play in your playground right here. Just play with what you want. I love that.
Yeah.
Another question: is there any information about upcoming price increases and grandfathering for those who upgrade to a higher tier after the increase?
Yeah. So, the pricing will increase on July 15th, like 11 p.m. ish my time, and so the pricing will increase. That will be the official pricing, but for those of you who already own either a freelancing developer license, you can upgrade it using the grandfathered price difference. So let's say you pay $39, then your upgrading price will be around $110. So everything's grandfathered, because I really appreciate all of you, like being early investors. I want to honor that. So yeah, that doesn't expire. Yeah.
And yeah, if I'm understanding that correctly too, because I'm looking at the site here, the lifetime deal is ending, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what we're referring to. Yeah. So we just important thing. If you don't have GutenBricks yet, LTD still for a few
Yeah.
weeks.
And I also want to add what the Jan and Brendan was talking about. So editing, you can train your clients to edit GutenBricks blogs, or from an agency point of view, you can actually use non-technical people to do that. So you can actually scale your maintenance plan. So you can hire maybe part-time or contractor to actually just do the contents, right? And also, one thing I really want to emphasize is that don't do it for free.
Yeah.
Gotta put that in. So
Yeah.
customizable interactive blocks, you just don't do it for free. It has a value, and you must market it with the value.
Yeah, and just to add to that too, because I think you've done a good job of providing the step that's beyond what GutenBricks is, which is like the documentation part. Not necessarily on your website. I mean, that's probably good too. I haven't looked at it, but the documentation that you can put in the builder itself that tells people this is what this block is for and this is how you use it. I think that adds to that value, gives it that more professional touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So one thing I know. Yeah. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think you had a recent video or something. I saw the documentation piece. I think it was the ice cream one. I'll find the link to that too. But go ahead.
So a lot of us, I noticed that a lot of developers and Bricks build developers. One thing I noticed was that we don't know the true value of our skills and the efforts we put in. So actually, when I saw people designing a blog, they're actually designing a product, a tiny application for the clients. But as developers, it's just part of our life, but we don't notice that value. But from the client's perspective, you are actually developing a tiny application for the clients tailored to their business. So it's kind of its expertise is unnoticed, and then you have to charge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard, yeah, Brendan said it earlier, and
Yeah.
we've seen like Brian Cords and others like using custom blocks. It's that word. It's curated, like a curated experience. That's a big money word. I feel like it's like it's. I mean, it's literally we built this thing for you. You know what I mean? Like it's specifically for your business. Yeah, you got to leverage that 100% if you have the tools to do it.
Let me take a note.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down.
Yeah.
We got Jan here. We provide short video tutorials with each website, including explanation how to use GutenBricks and Gutenberg blocks. Saves us a ton of time. Support mail, 100%. Yeah, that coupled with the actual documentation piece, probably like just it's like it is literally like you're making your own little SaaS type of app there. It's pretty sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Love that. Sweet. Well, guys, if we don't have any more questions, if you have any last minute ones, throw them in the chat there. But this has been fantastic. I want to definitely thank Ryan, Brendan, and Alan for all being here. I want to give definitely again, thank you, Alan, for waking up so early.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan, for spending some time with us at the resort. We're going to give you 7 minutes back with your family here. We appreciate your time. Brendan, thank you for being you as always, brother. And let's go around the horn too. Like, where can people find everything that you got going on there, Ryan? Where do you want to direct people?
Oh, I haven't thought about that. Oh, definitely the websites. Definitely the websites. If you're not a Facebook user, check out the websites. The new documentation will be up very soon. So yeah, check out the website. So
awesome. Links in the description, everything like
Yeah.
that too, guys. Alan, go ahead.
Yeah, not looking for any particular connection, but I'm always in the groups, the Facebook groups for right now, GutenBricks, and the general Bricks community. So, yeah, you'll pretty much find me in there every day.
Yeah, 100%. Did you have something, Ryan?
Oh, sorry. I read the comments. Interesting.
Yeah, quick question there.
Yeah, on the new website, there will be a clickable button. Right now, I'm doing it manually, but for the grandfather price, I still have to do manually. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. Brendan, where can people find you, my man?
Yeah, I'm around. You see me posting.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be on the streams. You know, I have videos on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Love it. I'm on the internet. I'm just hanging around. Love that.
I build stuff on
Love it.
the internet. That's my bio.
That's it. I love it. Guys, I want to say thank you again. Really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for the time. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for all the engagement. It was fantastic. Hopefully we got to all the questions. If you do have other questions, again, drop them in the YRWP GutenBricks group on Facebook. Hit Ryan up directly. If you have anything else for us, definitely just hit us up. Comment down below, all that. Make sure you like the stream if you're watching on replay and all that. But thank you, as always. Been a
And
blast.
thank you, Mark, too, for hosting.
Anytime,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you
I'm
so much,
happy to
man.
go live anytime you want. You know that.